What's up? Welcome to the second video from Monster Dino Reviews, and today we have the Tyrannosaurus Rex from the Hammond collection to review. So this one already looks like one of the best T-Rex toys you can get. So let's open it up and find out what it looks like. And I think it's just actually just something that slides out here. You can take the box straight out, which is really nice. Now the packaging is awesome. I love the sort of charcoal grade metallic effect they've got going on with the bolts and things here for the Hammond collection. Box actually got a bit of shipping damage there, just a few scuffs, or maybe that's part of the design, I don't know. So yeah, let's take a look. Now on the back it shows what this T-Rex is going to look like, and yeah, just, you know, fascinating paint job, look, everything about it is just accurate to the original T-Rex design from the first Jurassic Park. Let's get that to zoom in. There we go. Focused it. Alright, yeah, so let's take this out. Some nice box art on the side here as well. I'm glad that this isn't as difficult to get out as the Jurassic World Dominion set I'm showing behind here. Right, so he's come straight out. Now we'll zoom out on that. There we go. So yeah, much like the Dominion set, obviously the tail does clip in. And yeah, just looking at this, guys, already, wow, just wow on this. The paint job is just immaculate. It's got striping on it, and it's got quite a shiny effect to it. Looking at the eye, it's got a it's like an inserted plastic ball, but it's see-through, that gives it that effect. And the tongue is rubber. Same with this flap here that represents the gum line. So there is another Hammond collection T-Rex that's actually from the Jurassic Park film where he's attacking the outhouse. And that one has a more of a shinier, wet look to it than this T-Rex. So I will try and get that at some point. Now just to remove him, I'm just going to take off these little clips that are on each side. Some here as well, and at the back. So I'll do that quickly, then we'll have a look at the figure. So I see that a lot of these just slide out, which is awesome. It means I don't have to actually destroy them, and he can be put back in. And the same goes for the leg here. I just undid this a little bit, and it can be just weaved over the legs to get it out. And there we go, it can be reused. The only two I seem to need to cut are these two here that are holding the neck in place, and we've got him out. And success. Model is free. Alright, there we go. So straight away I've noticed that we've actually got painted nails, and it's a nice finish. It's quite slick to touch, which means the paint's going to be sealed on there pretty good. Shouldn't scratch as much. Let's clip this tail in. So yeah, much like the other figures. I think this is from Mattel also. It's just a slightly more premium range. It will clip in through the peg there. 1 second. Let's have a look. That's quite sturdy. And it looks like it's got tail articulation. Alright, I think that's it. There we go. It just clips into place. Your tail here is quite bendy at the end, which is cool. So it looks like there's some sort of articulation that can be done here. I don't want to press it too much just in case, but yeah, it's got something in there. And yeah, it just goes left and right, which is good. I wouldn't stress it too much because it may scuff the paint a little bit. But now, in terms of proportions, this is just an absolutely amazing rendition of the T-Rex. And the mouth opens 180 degrees. It looks like there's some sort of mechanism here. So let's take a look. We've got the arms that articulate up and down. You can twist them. And is there a bend? Yep, there's a bendable joint there as well, so they can be moved, which is really good. Very good for posability. Now, I've got to work out where this clip is. Is it on the legs, I wonder? And he's got a hell of a thigh muscle here, much like the real T-Rex probably did. Yeah, look at that articulation. You can bend that in many different positions. Obviously it's new, so it's clicking a little bit, but still. Oh, just look at that. That's just awesome. Wow. Aha. There we go. Just caught a little bit. And there we go. It clips together. And the characteristic T-Rex face with the ridges and stuff is here. What a awesomely designed figure. Okay, now what I'm going to do is get the Cretaceous T-Rex set that I have on display out, and we'll compare it. So, it's the Camp Cretaceous T-Rex, first one I've actually had that was more of the lifelike T-Rex. Very good head sculpt. And I took the batteries out just because I didn't want to hear the raw sound, but it's still, if we compare that to this figure, and I'll take it up here, you can actually see that the Hammond Collection T-Rex is actually maybe 2 inches bigger, maybe 3. In terms of head size, the head's pretty similar, as you can see. So the sculpt's similar. And yeah, he's just got the straightened tail look, so very similar to that edition of a T-Rex. There we go. Yeah, it's about 2.5, 3 inches longer than the Camp Cretaceous T-Rex, which follows the normal formula. Just lay this down. And there we go, you get a good look of it. Now, in terms of the head sculpt, they're actually fairly similar. Fairly similar. I just like the paint apps on this one a lot more. Sort of the darkened effect with the fade. But out of all the T-Rexes that I've seen, bearing a couple that I've seen online that are very expensive, this is probably your go-to T-Rex if you want to get something that's, you know, fairly accurate to the screen. This is your one to go for. So there's your two facing off. They actually look really good next to each other. And the glowing eye shows up on this T-Rex here. Now guys, in terms of the overall look for this figure, it's definitely something like a 9 out of 10. One minor criticism is that the feet are really big. In fact, a little bit oversized for the T-Rex. I'm sure they were probably around this sort of size in actuality. But it helps him stand up really well, and he can do that without too much hassle. You can just put him straight into position and he stands up. Much like this one, also the same problem with the big feet. But yeah, the way this figure looks, this is, you know, it's almost a 10 out of 10. This is an absolutely brilliant figure. And if you're a fan of dinosaurs, this is the sort of thing you want to try and get, you know, for a display piece. Just look at that. All the detail as well, it shows up. So let's focus the camera. There we go. And I'll move it the other way. Yeah, just phenomenal. I can't wait. In fact, I'm going to replace this one back here as my primary display T-Rex for my little diorama, and I'll be using this one instead. It's just a lovely piece of, well, piece of art really, but kids could use it as a toy, I suppose. You wouldn't want to, given that it's quite expensive, but yeah, just awesome. So we've got posability, excellent, loads of points of articulation. The tail actually bends, as you can see here, there's a slight bend in it. So if you wanted to stress it, you could bend it. The packaging is lovely. That's 10 out of 10 packaging as well. And yeah, just the overall figure is, you know, a 9 out of 10. It's quite a heavy figure relative to the size of the model as well. When comparing it with this one, yeah, it's a little bit heavier than this maybe. But it also feels very sturdy in your hand. And there is some sections here that are made with like a rubbery texture, which is nice because that's reminiscent of the original Canna JP line. Yeah, just a stunning figure. In fact, I will try and get the outhouse version of this at some point, but it's about twice as expensive. I can't remember what this cost me. I think it cost me like £55, something like that. So it was expensive, but not too bad. Now, in terms of the size of the figure, as you can see up here, I just reviewed the Colossal Giganotosaurus. And yeah, the size of this guy is about 2/3 as long. So yeah, it's a decent sized figure. Decent sized. And yeah, for one final comparison, let's get the puppet JP Lost World T-Rex that I have and compare it. So this was my first one, as I said before, you know, as a kid. Proportions are just all over the place. Massive head with a short tail. But yeah, it's about the same sort of length. Maybe this one's just slightly bigger. But yeah, there you go. So hope you guys have enjoyed. Please like, comment and subscribe to the channel. And yeah, just can't speak highly enough about this. This is just an amazing, amazing piece to own. So thank you guys for watching. See you in the next video. Just a final shot of how I've displayed it on my diorama.